Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a mixed martial arts bout scheduled for 3 rounds in the Shamrock FC welterweight division. Introducing first on my right, fighting tonight out of the Bogart Smokehouse blue corner, a mixed martial artist that stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. He weighed in at 168.8 pounds. Fighting out of Marion, Illinois, Arvin Mills. Across the cage, his opponent fighting tonight out of the First Form red corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. Official weight 170.2 pounds. Fighting out of Mount Pulaski, Illinois, Owen Tschantz.
Referee Tim Francis has the call for this contest. This fight is 3 3-minute rounds in the Shamrock FC welterweight division. Owen Tschantz in the red tape, Arvin Mills in the blue. I think Arvin's going to want to get this to the ground on top first.
Yeah, Arvin likes to hold that front hand really low, kind of bait his opponents in, and Slip usually go for the takedown. He's got to be careful, though.
Very close shot there by Owen.
Yeah, Owen's very active right now, some nice kicks.
Oh, big right hand there, too, by Owen. Nice takedown there by Mills. Ends up in the full guard here of Owen.
Right in the full guard here.
Now, Adam, kind of talk us through the locking of the feet in the guard.
Yeah, I mean, when you have your guard closed like that, it's a great way to control the posture so you're not taking a lot of damage. But you can't create any sort of offense here. So Owen needs to open up his guard here and start, if he can, sit up, use his cage to his advantage, try to sit up, scoot his back to the cage, and start working his way to his feet. You can't do anything except defend yourself when you have your feet locked up in closed guard here. Owen's doing a good job not taking a lot of shots here. Somebody's bleeding, though.
Yep, there is definitely somebody bleeding here. Now we're starting to see some switch of the hips here out of Owen on the bottom, almost making a move like he's going to work towards either an arm bar or something to get that leg up and over.
Yeah, you see Owen's he's wall walking here. Using
nice
the cage,
sweep potential, but Mills stops him, shuts him down halfway through round 1. Now working that rubber guard position.
Yeah, Arvin's doing a good job, controlling. I think he's the one that's cut. I think Arvin has a cut over that eyebrow.
Oh, looking for the triangle.
He's got it locked up.
Now switching to potentially the arm
finishing.
bar.
He had a reverse triangle there. He switched it to the other side. Now he has a traditional triangle. He's got the head there pulled. He wants to try to work that arm across if he can. But he's got the triangle. He doesn't quite have it locked up tight as it can be, though.
Yeah.
He needs to get a little bit better of an angle.
Because Arvin needs to basically post his head down and sit towards the ground, right?
So Arvin, at this point, he really wants to try to posture up. He's lost the posture. You see why? That's why he's trying to tripod up and relieve some of that pressure. Right. You see his shoulder is in there. So, this isn't a tight triangle. Owen, I would like to see him, if he can, maybe try to get an underhook with his left arm on that right leg
30 seconds
of
remaining
Arvin
in the round.
And get that angle and try to close that off so he can really tighten this up.
Just under 30 seconds remaining. Now, as we see him straining here, Owen on the bottom, how badly can this blow his legs out? Is it tough from there, like it is similar with like an arm triangle?
This it's not quite the same. If he lost it,
Smart move by Arvin to kind of dive to stop that position of an arm bar coming.
Yeah, Arvin did a really good job. Again, he tripoded up. He put the
Shamrock
pressure on
FC
to relieve
340
the
is brought to you in part by Page Law. Page Law handles divorce and custody cases. You can call them at 314 Page Law. If you don't, your wife will.
Good job getting the takedown, but you have
We're
to
also
be
sponsored this evening by
I'm
Ryan
not really
Kelly,
sure how
the home loan expert.
At that round. He
With the
was
home
on
loan
top.
expert,
He
you
was
can
in
buy a
control
home
most
with
of that
no
round,
money
but he
down.
didn't really
Seriously.
do a whole lot of it. In fact, he got
Find out
put in the
more
triangle,
online
so
at
he was defending most of that time he was on top. I'd like to see him be a little bit more active.
Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert, and
here,
Page
if
Law,
you're in Owen's
proud
corner, what
sponsors
advice are you
of
gonna
Shamrock
give him?
FC
Owen's corner's gonna
340.
tell him, hey, we know he's going for the takedown. Let's defend that. He's probably tired. He just defended a triangle for 2 minutes. So be aggressive. Defend that takedown. You know, instinctively, I want to give that round to Owen because he was, you know, attacking off the back.
Right. He was definitely in control for most of the fight.
But I'm a jiu-jitsu guy, so I don't know how these refs are or these judges are looking at it.
Touch of the gloves. So modest. Fought in Bellator, yet he's just a jiu-jitsu guy. Both guys just throwing bombs
nice
here.
Exchange. Big shots landed by Owen.
Big knee there out of Mills. Mills now trying to lock up that potential standing guillotine.
Yeah, he
drops down into it.
Full guillotine. You know,
it's
this
under
is a
the chin.
Dangerous position. This is under the chin. He might be able to. Now he's up over the hips. Now he has the leverage that he needs to probably finish this.
He's got to pull, though, right? I mean, he's got to get that hand there. As we see Owen trying to fight those hands.
Yeah, Arvin's doing a good job, but Owen is really defending right now. He's hand fighting. Now, this is a position where Arvin could blow out his hands if he doesn't truly have this. But, man, that looks like it's deep.
It definitely looks like it's deep, but
you see, he doesn't.
Owen is surviving.
He doesn't really have his hands locked. I'm not sure if Arvin can get the leverage that he needs. He needs to get to that right hip if he really wants to get that leverage and finish this.
Arvin bleeding again.
He's flat on his back. Owen doing a good job. You see he's pressuring.
Almost stuffing, yeah, doing the pressure there.
Pressuring with that shoulder.
Almost looking at the potential of a Von Flue choke from the top.
Yeah, he's going to want to try to tripod up. He has his foot on the cage. He wants to put it on the ground and try to elevate his hips.
Mills is feeling the pressure of that Von Flue choke.
Yeah, that pressure with that shoulder. Owen, you know, he could pass here or get sweep. He got swept. Nice job by Arvin sweeping to the mount. He let go of the submission.
Good way to get back to half guard there out of Owen.
Yeah, Owen, right, you know, he shrimped, got right back to half guard. Doing a good job. He has that underhook with his left arm. He can start wrestling up.
This is a very nice display of jiu-jitsu here.
Yeah, both these guys are very experienced on the ground. You can tell they know what they're doing. Arvin working for a Kimura, but he's in full guard. He's probably not going to get that.
Arvin switching back over now, back into the full guard of Owen. Down to just 35 seconds remaining. You're in round 2 of this 3-round contest.
30 seconds remaining in the round.
This here is it's showing that Arvin, number one, absolutely can be in there with him. He is doing a great position now from this. If he stays in this position, he's finished at over 70% being in top position.
He's doing a good job. You see Owen keep trying to get a higher guard so he can, you know, try to get some sort of submission. But both these guys are super slippery right now. It's going to be very hard to get, you know, an arm bar or a triangle at this stage of the game. It can definitely be done. It's just not easy. Probably 1-1 right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is very close going into the third and final round of this fight. So now, if you were in Owen's corner, what advice are you going to give him? Because Arvin at that point in time was able to shut down the submission game.
Yeah, you know, Owen, if we're in his corner, you got to tell him, hey, you know he's going for the takedown. Defend the takedown. Make him pay when he's going for that. If you do get on top, you got to be smart there. You can't get in a position to where you're going to get swept. You know, if you're in Arvin's corner, you know, force that takedown, but be smart. You know, don't force it in the sense where you're going to get caught, but really pressure. Get the fight to the ground. Control. Don't be sloppy.
And we still have more action to come here live from River City Casino in St. Louis, Missouri. Jeremy Johnson along tonight with Adam Meredith. We are heading into the third and final round.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. This is your third and final round.
These guys are evenly matched.
Yeah, definitely both guys still look pretty fresh here. Arvin looking now, trying to get that head under the chin.
Yeah, Owen went for a big shot, missed. Nice body lock there by Arvin. Able to wrestle it down right into half guard here. Good job. He's got good head position there.
Trying to neutralize that right arm of Owen. Arvin trying to be heavy in that top pressure, not giving Owen any space to work, which is a smart move here, as close as this fight could be.
Yeah, you know, Arvin immediately got down to the ground, and now he's just controlling. He's staying composed here. Short shots to the ribs there.
Softening him up. It lets you know it's there.
Yeah, you know, with as slippery as these guys are, I would not be surprised to see Arvin just try to sit in this position here and just try to work his game. Land some shots. Well, if he can slip in the mount, maybe do that.
He did the same basic thing against Ian Zarvos in an outing a few years ago. He would stay in top position just like this in half guard and just kind of beat, not giving you enough room to move, just being very smothering, real top heavy.
Yeah, short, you know, hammer fists, nothing that's going to create too much space. You know, and allow the bottom guy to get back to full guard or back on their feet, or, you know, put yourself in any sort of, you know, compromising position. Although you see Owens here.
Yeah, he's trying to work to get his back on the cage.
He's going to be careful here. He doesn't want to get mounted. He's kind of got sort of a shoulder lock here, but it's
halfway through the third and final round.
He's just really controlling the posture of Arvin right now. He needs to get that underhook with his left arm and start wrestling up.
How frustrating is this for Owen on bottom?
You know, as a bottom guy, it's very frustrating. You know, you're stuck there where you
1 minute remaining in this contest.
Shots, you're not taking a lot of damage, but you also can't really move. You can't.
Right.
You know you're losing the fight, but you're not able to do a whole lot. So it can be very frustrating to be caught in this position. Although, you know,
nice knee there from Mills.
Nice job by Arvin.
He's maintaining the position. He's working.
He's active. He's landing some shots. He's not really trying to progress and pass the position, but Owen isn't really doing a whole lot here either. He's just trying to
30
hold
seconds
and
remaining.
Not eat any more big shots.
Yeah, because really Owen has got to get to a hip.
Yeah, he needs to get an underhook with his left arm. He wants to get to that right hip and start wrestling up. He doesn't want to be, you know, on his back here and just taking shots.
Which he's doing with this one now. Down to just 10 seconds remaining here in the third and final round. Mills kind of stands up. Going to start to drop a few bombs here now.
A few shots here. This was a pretty decisive round for Mills. I think I'd probably give this 2-1. I think Mills, you know, sealed the deal right there.
And then you got to look at the ideas of 10-8 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I saw anything that you know, said to me a 10-8 round there, but you know, that is something that you do have to take into consideration.
Now let's take a look here at our instant replay. Again, Mills on top. He's doing a great job of working that shoulder and that top pressure. He's got to make it heavy. Then he starts to throw some knees to the body, and those can knock the wind down out of you.
Again, that's just veteran status there. You know, control the half guard, use the cage to your advantage, land your shots, win the round.
Arvin Mills getting a check from the doctor there, waiting to see what the judges saw in this contest. Both of these guys, though, definitely look like they left it all in the cage.
Great fight by both these gentlemen. They left it all in the cage. They put on a show tonight. Lots of mutual respect between these two.
And don't forget, we have more action to come. Our co-main event this evening will feature Corey Beck taking on Jesse Sanderson. Jesse Sanderson fought the likes of Bryce Mitchell from the UFC. Corey Beck says, I don't care. But right now, let's see where this one plays out as we send it up to the cage to Joe Parisi to give us our results.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the conclusion of 3 rounds of action, we turn this over to the judges' scorecards, where tonight we have a unanimous decision. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner this evening, fighting out of the blue corner, Arvin Mills.
A big win for Arvin Mills, breaking a 3-fight losing streak coming into the cage. That has got to feel good on his part.
Absolutely. You know, anytime you grind out a win like that after losing a few in a row, that's got to feel good. That's a hard-fought win.
A very hard-fought win.